Douglas County School Board meeting to decide the fate of Superintendent Corey Wise is off to a rocky start.
It comes after the conservative majority held a closed-door meeting about forcing Wise out. And yesterday, thousands of teachers protested in support of Wise outside the Douglas County School District building.
Denver 7's Patrick Perez is joining us live tonight. Patrick, the meeting almost got canceled just minutes into it starting.
Yeah, and there was a bit of a hiccup at the beginning of this meeting, whether this meeting could even go on, but clearly that has since been resolved. I want to show you here this look from this meeting as it is going on right now. What happened was that one of the board members, David Ray, had brought up concerns that the notice for the meeting was not provided 24 hours in advance, so this would mean that any action taken tonight would be null and void. The district's legal team decided that would not stand, and then the meeting carried on minutes later. So let's talk about what we've actually heard inside of this meeting so far. Board President Mike Peterson and Vice President Christy Williams were quick to defend our actions for a meeting with Superintendent Corey Wise last Friday. They said they did so to let him know of all of his options so that he would not be caught off guard about any decisions about his future with the district. The two said they cleared it with counsel that this was all okay, but as we heard from some of the other board directors, they don't believe that conversation was at all legal. Here is some of that back and forth.
When you told Superintendent Wise that he needed to either resign or retire effective that week, or other action would be taken, that is a decision that was made without the board having a conversation.
I am disturbed that the remaining board members seem to prioritize winning political points and special interest politics over establishing district unity.
So a lot of this back and forth, obviously the parents and teachers are all kind of caught in the middle of this. We spoke with a teacher who's been with the district for 2 decades. He is in support of Superintendent Corey Wise. He wants him to stay. We also spoke with a parent who hasn't been too happy with some of the decisions that he's made. So if he has done any sort of wrongdoing that the board members decide to vote on as a reason for wanting to get rid of him, they will be in support of that. This meeting is still going on. We expect it to go on for at least another hour or 2. We'll definitely keep you updated.
Definitely could be a long night. All right, Patrick, thank you for that. And the political shift of the school board in Douglas County really started taking shape about 10 years ago. We spoke to a parent of 3 young kids in the district who says Dougco has a history of reformer school boards.
We've got a lot of new community members who've moved in the last 4, 5, 6 years. And we have a lot of people who aren't really aware of kind of the history and the situation that happened in Douglas County. Starting in 2009 to 2017. At that time, we had a lot of outside money coming in from outside interests.
And let's give you a little more context here. The partisanship of the Douglas County School Board is part of a larger national trend. And we spoke with John Vallant of the Brown Center of Education Policy about why you rarely see school board elections on the same ballot as your presidential election.
I think it often is the case that those dates were chosen strategically because we know from research and from experience that when you have school board elections that are on these off-cycle days, you tend to get lower voter turnout and can get different outcomes too. This is not just a Denver phenomenon at all, but all across the country, we've seen these like big hot button issues that really are not the most important issues facing school boards and facing school districts right now, but they've been these really prominent and controversial issues in school board meetings. And so there has been this sort of this wave of national politics that's swept across school boards across the country.
Well, Dougco's special school board meeting is scheduled to go until 8 o'clock tonight. We will have the very latest on any decision made from the meeting tonight on Denver 7 News at 10.